Alright, so I got a chance to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I enjoyed the first two movies. I enjoy most Marvel movies. Not all Marvel movies, but most. I understand they're on the downtrend. People are getting a little bit fatigued with the superhero genre when it comes to the movies. I rather enjoyed the movie. I know there are some that are kind of pushing for, you know, pushing against Disney, and there are certain reasons with some of their woke attitudes. I understand the liberal perspective of the inclusion, role model inclusion. Growing up, you want to be able to relate to these higher status characters in terms of, like, is this person's likeness my own? So I can understand the liberal perspective on that stuff. That goes a little bit later for like The Little Mermaid, which I'll probably check out. I may not exactly relate to it as I would with the animated film, which, by the way, completely destroyed the woke Pocahontas in the box office at that point in time. Maybe The Little Mermaid is a little bit of a revenge right there. It wasn't the movie that they expected to be the blockbuster or the big hit. But back to Guardians of the Galaxy, it was rather enjoyable. The movie had a good narrative. It really did. I enjoyed it. There were some points to where there was some of the narrative was kind of, how do I say, lessened to a certain extent with the Adam Warlock stuff, which, I mean, Marvel tends to do this, through these little mini sequels. The big sequels are always going to be, like the Avengers and stuff like that. The main. I mean, the reason we watch these Marvel movies, it leads up to like an Avengers, a big event. So like these little mini sequels are kind of they can be a little bit stretched out, or in some cases patched in really quick. Like Adam Warlock was kind of stuck in it, and he was kind of like a fifth wheel. And of course his character was kind of lessened a little bit. He's more of a Messiah type character, but they kind of turned him into a mommy's little boy. But it's just the start. They just put him in there. So I'm sure there'll be character development, as there was in the comics. But overall, the movie had a good narrative. Chris Pratt is always amazing. Rocket. See, both Star-Lord and Rocket pretty much they kind of take the reins. So the narrative, they're driving the narrative, as it would be. Mostly Rocket for the most part. But it was enjoyable. It's definitely the best Marvel movie in quite a while. I definitely recommend it. I know I have a lot of friends that didn't go out to see it because they disagree with Disney woke politics, and they won't watch a Marvel film because of it. I understand where they come from. I mean, I come from a more conservative perspective too, but I still have that open-mindedness, so I still have some liberal. The way I look in life, I can be a little bit liberal in terms of the openness. I at least want to see what's going on, why something is happening, before I go into until I start to apply my judgments, at least. Then I become a little bit more conservative focused. But it was a good movie, and I definitely recommend it. It may be the last good Marvel movie in a long time. So go out there, enjoy it, and I'm going to get back to the sunshine.